Hey guys, I hope everyone's having a great day. My name is Tiffany and this is my art studio. Kind of. Well, no, this is outside, but inside is my art studio. It's so weird to say. I'm not like a vlogger or YouTube video person, but I'm doing the best that I can. So I promised you guys I would do a video using the paints that I had left over from my last video and my last painting, and I did. And I even took the time to let it dry, and now we're back a few days later with a video. This is the painting here that I'm talking about. I tried a new technique. I'm super excited about it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get painting. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is a 10 by 20 canvas that I titled Waterlilies, and I'm using all the same paints that I did from my previous video. So if you're wondering what colors I used, you can watch that video and I show them all to you in depth. For this particular painting, I'm doing a double flip cup pour. So essentially what that is layering all of your paints into a cup and flipping them over on the canvas and watching to see what happens. So you can do it with just one cup, but I decided to do it with two just because this was a longer canvas. I didn't want to overstretch my paints. So I thought if I did two, it would just make it a little bit easier. And I wanted my prominent color to be blue, which is why I did that one on the bottom, because once I flip them, that's the color that's going to be on top. So after you flip the cups, you're going to want to wait about 3 minutes to let the paint settle. And then you can either just lift up the cups, but I poked a hole in them with a push pin. This allows air into the cup and lets the paint flow out of the bottom freely. And I like doing this because I like to just watch it and kind of see what it does. You can drag it around the canvas. You can just lift it up. You can kind of let it pour out all on its own. Whatever your heart sees fit. That's the beauty of fluid art and art in general. There's no right or wrong way to do anything. So after I had all of my colors laid, I had just so much white from my base colors left out over. So I was like, let me go ahead and use this too. So I decided to just kind of layer it all over my colors. It was a little bit heavier. You can see it kind of sunk a little bit, which is fine. But I figured it might create some negative space in between my colors and would be pretty cool. So after all the colors are laid down, that's when you start to tilt. So for this part, as well as majority of this video, I've sped it up quite a bit. And that's just because I don't want to bore you guys to death with how long it takes to tilt and everything. But just know that the process is very slow. I don't move this fast in real life. You want to have a little bit more control over where your paints are going. As I was tilting this canvas, and I don't know if you guys can see it too, I kept thinking about Hawaii. I was just seeing all these beautiful colors and these blues and all of those bright, vibrant colors, like the greens. It kind of reminded me of, like, you know, when land meets sea in Hawaii. It's just so beautiful, and it was really making me so happy, and it put me in this great, like, mental state because I want to go somewhere so bad. I'm dying to go on a vacation. I can't wait till all this calms down so we can all just kind of get back to normal life. So definitely kind of took me to a different place for like a good 5 minutes, and I really, really enjoyed it. So after you've tilted to your heart's content and you've gotten the composition that you want, that's when you're going to go ahead and torch. And that's going to get any air bubbles out of your paint, as well as bring up any extra cells and colors that may be underneath. And if you go a little bit closer to the paint, which sometimes I like to do, you kind of scorch it and it creates these little like little tiny cells in there, as you'll see me do up in the right hand corner there. And it kind of looked like air bubbles in like the water, and I thought it looked really cool and I liked it, so I did it in a few other spots too. So after you torch the canvas to your heart's content, then that pretty much is it. And for me, I could have just left the painting the way that it was. It was beautiful, but I really wanted to try a new technique. And I didn't do it on camera because I decided probably about maybe 5 to 10 minutes after I was done filming. And so I just ended up showing you guys the next day what exactly I did. Look at those cells, so pretty. When I step back and look at the canvas, it kind of reminded me of like a river. It had like these kind of like rocky water, like little areas. And so I ended up going in with a glove, an old glove that I blew up, and doing it like a balloon smash. And so I just went in areas that had a lot of that white in it, and I pushed down and it pulled up all the color from underneath and created these beautiful flower shapes that I loved. And so in the end, it ended up looking like water lilies to me. So that's what I ended up calling it. And that's pretty much it. That is my painting. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't as in-depth as my last one because I kind of changed my mind at the last minute there, but either way, it still turned out beautiful. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and please always remember to do things that you love.